If the queen had balls, she'd be the king. Yes, I know what you're thinking, Luke, that is a crazy statement. But before you click away, let me share how this one line is changing my life. Those of you who have watched my videos before or just know me personally know I have a love of reading and learning, as you can see behind me. And really, that was the whole reason I decided to start this YouTube channel, as an outlet to share the lessons I've learned from my reading and from my life. But there's just one problem. This love of reading actually has a dark side. A year ago, I was hitting my stride. I was producing more and more videos, consistently putting out about maybe one video a month for about 6 months or so, and slowly developing a workflow and finally some much needed consistency in my creative work. And then life happened. I took on a few too many video projects at the same time and kind of burned myself out a bit. And while I don't regret any of those projects because they gave me some much needed perspective on what I really enjoy doing video-wise, which is actually discussing these ideas on the videos that I make on this channel. And because of that, I decided to take a step back. So I stopped taking on outside video projects with the intention to solely focus on making videos on this channel to share with all of y'all. Now, that was mid-January of this year, 2025, as I speak. And as I type or speak these words, it is September, hopefully. It is actually September of 2025, mid-September. And I have yet to produce a single video until this one. So the question is, what happened? In Building a Second Brain, Tiago Forte shares this wise analogy. Waiting until you have everything ready before getting started is like sitting in your car and waiting to leave your driveway until all the traffic lights across town are green at the same time. You can't wait until everything is perfect. There will always be something missing or something else you think you need. As I was writing the script to this video, I was sitting on a plane that was headed from DFW, Dallas-Fort Worth Airport, to Los Angeles Airport, or LAX, which is about a 3-hour or so flight. And as I reflect on this past year, I think back to the day that I was free from all my videography projects. I had just finished my last project. It was my last wedding video, and I delivered it to the client. And then I decided to go for a run in the crisp January air to de-stress, and then to continue my training because I had taken up a new running hobby with a upcoming half marathon the next month. And for anyone who's never done videography work, just like any other work, finally delivering a video or project to a client, especially after spending long hours behind a computer working on it, is a huge weight off the shoulders. So mid-run, maybe 60% through, I see the text back from the bride on my Apple Watch, and she loves the video, thankfully. So everything is hitting me all at once. I am now free to focus on making YouTube videos about the books I love, which I'm super happy about. The client is happy with the video, and the runner's high is hitting as I begin to see the light at the end of my runnel. And so I begin to plan in my head. As I finish my run, I'm going to take the next couple weeks to plan, a game plan, right? I'm going to do it right this time. I'm not going to be disorganized. I'm going to finish this book I found called Free to Focus. I'm going to come up with a productivity system to maximize my time and efficiency. I'm going to build the perfect Notion system. For those of you who don't know, is a task and data management app that some of the creators I really look up to use. And then I was going to read Building a Second Brain, the book I quoted earlier, so that I can save all those quotes I've saved up from all the reading that I've done, the 5,000 hours of listening to audiobooks. That way I have a database to quickly and easily access my quotes to share with y'all. Really noble, responsible idea, right? To come up with a system, to be organized, all of that's great stuff. So the thought is, what could possibly go wrong? Stephen Pressfield, in his classic book on creativity, The War of Art, says this: we don't tell ourselves, I'm never going to write my symphony. Instead, we say, I'm going to write my symphony. I'm just going to start tomorrow. Well, a month passes by, and yes, I do finish Free to Focus. Love the book and ideas, by the way. It's a really great book. And I moved on to Building a Second Brain. So I buy this Notion template designed with a system in mind, and then begin using it and implementing it into my schedule. Imperfectly, of course, obviously, and so then I think to myself, well, I have a lot of quotes saved, but not organized in my template. Let me go through all those quotes first, and then I can start writing the script for my next video. So I start transferring quotes and organizing them in my database. I start buying the physical books. As you can see, you see the bookshelf up here to help me make finding quotes easier. Then I build my really nice IKEA Billy bookshelves, which was soon to be my YouTube video backdrop, as you can see here. And then summer arrives, and my wife, who is a teacher, and she has her summer vacation, and she tells me she wants to start studying for a certification. So I decide to start studying for mine, telling myself, I will write a script after I pass my certification exam. And so that time passes, and then before you know it, it's July, and it's my wife's 30th birthday coming up, and I'm trying to throw a whole big shebang. So I'm like, let me focus on getting this over the finish line. I'm trying to fix up the backyard, make it look really nice, trying to get the house ready. Then I'll start making my videos. I think you guys get the point, but let me be clear what I understand from this quote, because I think it is so important for us to learn. Life will never stop for us to pursue our dreams, to do the thing that we deeply want to do. In my case, I have a deep desire to share these books and ideas with the world. Let me say the quote again, just to refresh your memory. If the queen had balls, she'd be the king. And that is the lie that so many of us tell ourselves, whether it's to put off pursuing our creative work, putting off our happiness, or putting off spending time with those we love. I tell myself this: if I have the perfect system and read all the right books, I will be able to create great videos. Or if I just have this item, or buy this house, or buy this car, I will be happy. Or if I get this raise or job promotion, I will spend less time at work and spend time with the family. So often we lie to ourselves and defer what's really and truly important in our lives because we think that happiness is just around the corner. And if we just turn that corner, we're going to be happy. For many of us, major life events have a tendency to really bring what's important into sharper focus. I work as a nurse in an intensive care unit, so I'm privileged to take an outsider's view of this on a regular basis. Life-changing illnesses, whether it's of yourself or of a loved one, things like moving across the country or to another country, or the welcoming of a new life into the world, can be just a few of the things that can really bring the important things into perspective. Speaking of which, in the coming months, my wife and I will be welcoming a new life into this world, a first for us, and we are super excited. And with the baby's arrival seemingly speeding up by the minute, the rush of preparation has brought some clarity to me. Life isn't going to stop for me to finally pursue this love of writing and filming and sharing that I have. If anything, it's about to speed up because, as I've heard from so many of my friends with kids or recently with a newborn, the gaps and margins of time are about to get a lot smaller. And while I'm welcoming this change and excited for the opportunity to guide and protect and nurture this life we've been given, I also want to set an example for our future baby. I want to show them that while learning is important, what's truly important is the way that you use that knowledge. Tiago Forte, again in his book, Building a Second Brain, says this: the purpose of knowledge is to be shared. What's the point of knowing something if it doesn't positively impact anyone, not even yourself? Learning shouldn't be about hoarding stockpiles of knowledge like gold coins. Knowledge is the only resource that gets better and more valuable the more it multiplies. In the last 30 minutes of my plane ride, as I finish up my script that you are listening to and watching right now, this is the last of what I wrote. So as I sit on this plane and write this script, and as I speak to you while you watch this video, my plane is getting ready to land in Los Angeles very soon. My wife and I are going to take an Uber to the hotel, maybe catch some dinner, and then enjoy our day at Disneyland tomorrow. One last trip before our baby arrives. And when I got on the plane and took my seat, I had a choice to make. I had 3 or 4 books in my bag, sitting under the seat in front of me, and I was oh so tempted to read another book on creativity. And I really almost did. I would have lied to myself that if I read this book, then I will finally have the tools in my toolbox to finally write something of consequence, something that will help somebody, something that will make a difference. And then I remembered the note in my Notion database, the one that I am typing in right now, the one that I had my unfinished script. And I decided to write. And here we are, 2.5 hours later, as I hear the captain telling us to fold up our tray tables and the flight attendants come around to help us with our trash. Here I am, thankful that I made that choice. And in doing so, I hope that it gives you the courage to do what you have been putting off doing.